Hi, Free Spirit Beaters. This is Kristen Fagan here with Free Spirit Beading, a new episode on the Softlex Company YouTube channel. And today I'm super excited about our project. I shared a little work in progress video of it on the VIB group, the Softlex VIB Studio group. And it's this one here of this wire wrapped cuff. You guys really digged it, got a lot of love on there. So I thought, that would be a really fun project for us today. Hi Lydia, hi Sheesh, hi Marty. So today is August 5th. Hi Pamela. Good to see you guys all here today. It was nice to have a few of you waiting for me. Sometimes it's kind of quiet right in the beginning, so it was really nice to see a bunch of you here right off the bat. So welcome, welcome. So today is August 5th. We currently have online our Stock Up and Save sale. That is a tiered sale where you can get up to 20% off your order. So if you spend, you place an order over $50, you'll get 10% off. Place an order over $75, you'll get 15% off, and place an order over $100 and you'll get 20% off your order. No coupon needed for retail customers. Not valid with any other discounts except for our closeout and our beads. Those can be stacked, so that's included. And that sale ends tomorrow, August 6th at midnight Pacific time. And as always, if you're in the United States orders over $50 get the option of free shipping at checkout. And if you are an international customer, we're based in the United States. So if you are an international customer and you've never shopped with us online before, we do have some discounts in place to help cover the cost of your shipping. What you would need to do is go to our website, www.softlexcompany.com, create your account if you haven't already, create just your online account, and then send us an email at info, I-N-F-O, at softlexcompany, all spelled out.com, and they will go ahead in the office and change your discount structure to international so that you'll see some discounts there. So that sort of helps offset some of the major shipping costs that happen when you're international. So if you are out of the United States and you want to shop online, just take advantage of that and it'll really help out because I know shipping can be pretty pricey. Let's see. Hi Beth, good to see you. Cool, so that's what's going on for our sale at softlexcompany.com, and that's always a fun, anything off your order. So whatever you need to stock up on, whatever you've been missing or things that you just want to grab, that's an awesome deal going on right now so that you can put anything in your cart and get a discount. Couple things to talk about. We've got some featured things to discuss. So we've got a last chance on our Tucson Sunset design kit. As of this morning, we just have 2 left. And they're really pretty. We're actually going to be working with the Tucson Sunset Bead mix today. And just to give you an idea of the colors, it's these beautiful golds and coppers, purples and pinks. This is a new product online. You can get the Tucson Sunset Bead Mix just by itself, or you can buy the Tucson Sunset Design Kit, which we just have 2 left. And in that comes the bead mix along with other strands of beads, some findings, and some craft wire. So those kits are usually mystery kits, but we did unveil the box last Wednesday on our Facebook page. So you can now actually check out our video on Facebook, and I believe it was shared here on our YouTube channel also, so that you can get a sneak peek of what's inside that design kit if you want to before they're gone. But there's only 2 left, so you need to act fast. And then our new mystery design kit for August is the Unicorn Sparkles design kit. And that one just says it all in its name. It's a beautiful, beautiful kit. It sure does sparkle. And we have a mystery guest host on August 28th for that kit on our Facebook page. And if you've never checked out our mystery kits before, we release one a month, and then that's at the beginning of the month. And then the end of the month, we have, we host a reveal, and we do a design challenge on the fly with you guys. And then you have the opportunity of sharing your designs from that kit in our Softflex VIB Studio Facebook group for a chance to win a future kit. And it's always a lot of fun. It gets people sharing like crazy, and it's great to see what everyone else has created with the same design kit. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. I saw a few comments going by. All right, cool. It looks like Pamela says, I love the colors. They're very inspirational. Yeah, they're super, super pretty colors. And that was a kit that James put together. James went to the Tucson Bead Show for the first time this past year. And he was really inspired by the beautiful Arizona Tucson sunsets. And so he was the one that wanted to kind of bring those colors together in this kit. I think he did a fabulous job. And the colors are just stunning. So a lot of fun. Like I said, there's 2 of the design kits left, and then there are some bead mixes, a limited quantity of the Tucson Sunset bead mixes, which is what we'll be working with today. Let me think of what else. All right. The last new thing that we've got online is our new Lazy Daisy tools. We have 2 sizes, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and then we also have the Lazy Daisy draw plate. We've been doing a bunch of videos here on the Softflex Company YouTube channel with the Lazy Daisy tool. So if you've never heard of it before, you can go check those out. It is a wire weaving tool to help do Viking knit style jewelry easier and quicker. And it's been a lot of fun to play with. So, that's it for our new items and featured items. Today we're going to talk about how to wire wrap a bracelet cuff. Oh, I'm excited to do this with you guys. Let me go ahead and turn the camera down. And if you have any questions while I'm working, feel free to ask, and hopefully I'll catch it and answer it, or Damien is here with Softflex Company. He can always answer some questions and share some links and things as well. All right, so we're gonna go over our materials I've got here first. I'm gonna be working with Softflex craft wire. I'm gonna use the Bare Copper color in 22 gauge. And if you got the Tucson Sunset Design Kit, you also got a 22 gauge of copper in there, but it's our non-tarnished copper. The only difference is that that wire will stay this nice bright copper, and this bare copper will tarnish and patina a bit. And you can also, so that's basically the main difference there. This one does not have a coating on it. The non-tarnished copper does have a coating on top to allow the wire color to not tarnish. So we're using 22 gauge today. Like I said, we're gonna be using the Tucson Sunset Bead Mix. So we'll be using this guy. And then I have some cuffs here. So I'm gonna share with you guys how I made these cuffs and the materials that I used to do that. And so you can do this technique on these type of cuffs that I've got, and I'll show you how we make our own. Or if you have a cuff in mind or have a cuff in your bead stash, you can use this technique on that one as well. So some of the tools I've got here is a pair of nylon jaw pliers, a pair of cutters, pair of round nose pliers, pair of chain nose pliers, and these can all be found at softflexcompany.com, all of these tools. And then what isn't at Softflex Company that I'm going to be using today is I'm going to be using some tools from Impress Art. So this is Impress Art, IMPRESSART. This is what is called the Bracelet Bend. You'll see it's like a nylon jaw plier, but it has a rounded tip here. You could use it that way, or you could use it that way. And lastly, I've got a Bracelet Blank, which this is the copper color. It has a little bit of a film on top of it to protect the copper so it doesn't tarnish. This is like a bare copper, so it will patina. This is a Bracelet Blank. It's 1/4 inch by 6 inches, and this is also from Impress Art. You can go to impressart.com, and then I've also seen their products in my local craft and hobby store, so you may be able to find them there as well. I'm working with the copper color. They do come in brass, which is what I used here, and they also come in aluminum, which is what I used on this example. So these are two examples that I did before the video. This one was on the brass, and I used the Shades of Coral bead mix. And this one's on the aluminum. Actually, I should even mention that I used the 22 gauge craft wire Pacific blue color on the brass with the Shades of Coral. And this color was a closeout color, so I'm not sure if we have this online anymore. But this, if we do, you'd find this in the closeout section. Yeah, these are pretty cool, aren't they? They're a lot of fun. And so for the aluminum one, I used 22 gauge blue. This color we do sell online. You'd find this in the craft wire 22 gauge colors section. And that is the dark blue that I paired with our blueberry pie bead mix. So I've got Shades of Coral bead mix and blueberry pie bead mix is what I used here. Those cute little owls in the blueberry pie mix. Tama's so cool. She's saying these look cool. Yeah, they are. I've been wearing this one because this is the first one I made. So I've been wearing this one all weekend, and it's really comfortable. Really nice. I'm excited to show you guys how to do it. And I also have a bead mat here. I didn't say that, but we have a bead mat here, and that'll just help me catch my beads and hopefully not drop them. So I'm just gonna leave that kind of in the corner here as I'm working. Maybe I'll stick those there too. Okay, so one thing to note is that I did, on the two samples that I'm showing here, I did texturize them. I'm not going to texturize them on the video today, but Impress Art has something that they call their texturizing kit, and you can buy the hammer and the stamps to create a neat texture on top of the blanks. But today I'm just going to show how to make the cuff, and then we're going to wrap it without texturizing it first. But I wanted to give you guys a look at that. Okay, so first thing we do, we've got our copper blank. This is a bracelet blank. Like I said, it was 1/4 inch by 6 inches. And I'm just gonna peel off, this comes with a little film on it to protect the copper from tarnishing. Softlex company just shared ImpressArt.com's website as well, which is where you would get this blank. And I became interested in trying these because when I was at the Milwaukee Bead and Button show, we were in the Micro Tools booth together, ImpressArt and we were sort of booth mates. We were right next to each other doing demos. And so she got to see me making Softlex earrings all weekend, and I got to see her making bracelets all weekend. And, you know, so it was really fun to try that, and she tried mine, and then swap supplies a bit. And here I am finally showing you guys a video with it, so I'm excited. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this bar. If you did want to texturize it and you bought the texturizing set, you would texturize it while it's flat here, and you would use it on top of a block, and then you would hammer the texture in. But we're just gonna work with this plain for right now. And this is called the Bracelet Bending Bar. So you're gonna place your blank. You'll see there's like a little loop here, and it slides right in. So you're just gonna place your blank right to the bottom, and then use your hands to bend it over. Just like that. And then you're gonna take it off and you'll switch it to the other side. Place it, same thing again, you're just sort of sticking it there so it stays to the bottom. And then just use your fingers to bend it over, just like that. So when you take it off the bending block, it has a little bit of a flat top, and then it's curved on the side. I like it this way. I find that when I put it on, it's very comfortable to have a little bit of a flat top on there. So I'm gonna leave it like that, but with this bracelet bending tool, you could make it rounder. For example, I made it round on this particular one. And how you do that is you'll take this bracelet bending tool, you'd place this right in the center of your cuff and just give it a squeeze, and then you go all the way around. And then you do the other side. And then you'll have more of a circular cuff. And then you can even like pop it up if it's a little too small. So these can go, you know, bend a little bit to make it smaller and larger. And that's how that looks. So since I don't want to make it curved at the top, because I find it to be kind of comfortable to leave it a little bit flat, I do want to curve my little end pieces here. So I'm going to place this at one end, and I'm going to use this plier to just come up to the top without going into the center. And that will smooth this part out for me. And then I'm going to flip it and do it on the other side. Okay. And then that just gives me a little bit smoother edges, and it still leaves the top flat. So that's how you make your cuff. And ImpressArt does come in all sorts of different sizes. This is the smallest size that they've got, but they also have 2 other sizes of cuffs larger. And then I even saw today when I went online that they have some tapered cuffs too, which were really pretty. So they're thicker at the top and they taper at the bottom. So you have a few options in size, but we're using the smallest one today. All right, so now that I've got that done, I'm gonna cut some wire. Like I said, I'm using the Bare Copper 22 gauge Softlex craft wire, and I am gonna cut about 3 times the length of my bracelet. So my bracelet was 6 inches. I'm actually gonna cut about 20 inches. You could cut 20, you could cut 24, just sort of take the length of the bracelet and multiply it by 3, but I did find I had a bit left over, especially because I'm working with smaller beads. If you're working with larger beads, you may need a little bit more wire. So somewhere in 20 to 24 inches should be plenty. I took my she says you took my question right out of my keyboard. Were you going to ask how much I'm cutting, or were you going to ask if there's other blank other sizes? Good, I'm anticipating your needs. That's great. The sizes. Yeah, I thought that that might be something people would be interested in if there was any other sizes. So I'm gonna hold on to one end with my chain nose pliers, and I'm gonna straighten out my wire with my nylon jaw pliers. I do like to do this on the spool a lot of the time, and I just forgot and cut first. So if you cut your wire first, just hold it with one plier, straighten it with the other. This tool is amazing because what it does is it takes your wire and it gives it a nice smooth finish before you get started wrapping. And even if I've made a mistake like I did do on my blue one a little bit here, I wasn't happy with one spot, and I was able to unravel it and smooth it out with these pliers and then keep going instead of having to start all over. Okay, so now I've got my wire. Let's take out some beads to play with. So this is the Tucson Sunset Bead Mix. There's a mix of beads in here, and how I want to do this is I want to create sort of a focal right here. I did 3 beads on this one, and I did 3 beads on this one also to create my focal. And then I just have a couple of beads down the side. My focal will probably be the largest bead I play with, and then I'm gonna plan to use smaller beads down the sides. And now, although this is beautiful, this might be a little too large to really sit nicely. I'd be afraid that I would knock into it or knock it off a little bit. So I think I'm gonna start with something a bit smaller than that one and save that for something else. But I think this size could be okay as a focal. Or even something like that because it's not quite as tall. I think I like the way this guy looks. What do you guys think? Maybe this one can go on the side. Awesome with the copper. So I'm just gonna move some beads up and start to lay out some ideas for the focal piece here. Diamond shape, I like the flatter bead too. Yeah, I think the flatter bead will be a little nicer. I like these for maybe the sides. I think that shape is kind of fun to start it, the teardrop shape. And then we've got these crystally ones. Oh, these might be fun next to the focal because they're sort of copper on one side and red on the other. Maybe they'd be good there. These are super pretty. They're like a flat purpley color. Be nice to get some purple in there. So which do you like better, the left side with this one or the right side with this little, it's like a purple wooden looking bead. It gives it a little extra texture. Rose says the left side. I'm just gonna pull out some of these little ones here. Softlex says left, Pamela says left. Okay, so we'll take that one away. We'll bring that one back. So I think we've got our focal. Right, if the woods match. Well, yeah, I would put the wood, I would put 2 on each side if I was gonna do it. So it would be like that, actually up on this. Up on the sides like that. Almost looks like Princess Leia. So do you guys like these wooden beads or go back to the first one? Ooh, look at these super sparkly. Let's see if we can. Mine didn't match in size. Oh, I see what you're saying, She. So yours were slightly off. So in that case, yeah, they seem, I mean, they're a little, I think this one might be a little bit bigger, actually. All right, we'll go back to the first one here. Look at these. Did that camera pick that up? These are really sparkly purple. I like those. Let's get those in there somehow. We've got some pretty rondelles. Okay, so the next section, maybe I will do that, and then if I want the red in there, or if I should just stick with let's see what we got here. Maybe put this little purple one down there. Add your other square. This one or that purple one. Hi, Melanie. All right, so I'm looking at, maybe I'm looking at doing this. Let's see how that. The purple one, okay. I really like these sparkly little purple beads. I'm trying to figure out where they fit. Maybe there. This looks fun. It is fun. So we're going to be taking these beads that we lay out here and we're going to wrap around our bead cuff we made. So I showed how to make this little cuff piece in the beginning, Melanie. So you can always go back and watch the replay on that part to see. All right, so I like these little purple there, and I feel like I need something orangey back here. So maybe these little, maybe those little orange ones to kind of tie in with this. These feel a little big. Maybe those little orange ones there. Now I do have to make sure that they all fit through my wire. I should check for these littler ones. Smaller orange. Yeah, that one fits fine. I'll check for this one. Yeah, okay, good. So they all look like they fit. All right, I think I'm gonna go with this. Sound good, guys? Sound like a nice little mix here? I like that we've got a little bit of all the colors. We've got the oranges, the purples, and this hot pinks in here. A little bit of everything. All right, cool. Okay, so now that I've got my bead layout here, I'm just gonna move this to the side and bring my copper blank back. And I'm gonna take one end of my copper wire with my round nose pliers, gonna go right to the tip. I'm at the tip of the plier. Let's see, I'm getting on focus. At the tip of the plier, at the tip of the craft wire. And I'm just gonna start making a little spiral. So there's my first like little loop, and then I'm just gonna grab a hold of the wire and slowly, this is where I'm learning from our buddy James to have a little more patience with my wire work. And I'm just gonna slowly make myself a little spiral. Just like that. And then I'm gonna take my nylon jaw pliers and I'm gonna flatten it because I want it to lay flat on my bracelet. I think I'm gonna make a little more, go around one more time here. I'm just going very slow. And then I'm flattening with the nylon jaw plier to get a little spiral. Use my flat nose to spin, my chain nose here. I could do that too. I could take a hold of the top of the spiral and then spin it that way. Thanks, Sheesh. And I just need a little bit. I just wanted a little flare at the end of the bracelet. Yeah, it does keep it a little flatter. So I'm using copper on copper, so it doesn't have as much of a contrast as you'll see here. And when I did these examples, I did use a color on top of the metal that was a bit more contrasting. So you can do it either way. But since we've got this copper in the kit, I really wanted to go ahead and just stick with the copper. Let me get my tools out of my way. Okay, so for this little end here, we're just gonna leave about 1/4 of an inch space. And I eyeball everything, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I tend to kind of put my thumb on it and see, okay, about half of my thumbnail is where I wanna be. But I did measure it and it was about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. And I'm gonna string on our first, actually that's not true. I'm gonna wrap first. So I'm gonna wrap around 3 times. Oh, hello from Rwanda. Nice to see you. Suha, is that how I say your name? Welcome. So now that I've got my spiral, I'm gonna hold it in place with my thumb. And I'm just gonna twist my wire around 3 times. 1, and I'm trying to get nice and tight to my first banding there. So you're gonna go 3 times, and then you're gonna go in 1 more time and come back on top. So you've got 3 full wraps, and then this is your 4th one. We're gonna sort of bend it up so it falls in line with the shape of your bracelet. And I did get a little wonky here, so I'm just gonna use my nylon jaw pliers and straighten out my wire. Not that it needs to be totally straight, because you're gonna be wrapping anyway. But, so there you go, you've got your spiral, you wrapped around 3 times, came back for the 4th wrap basically, and then we're gonna kind of direct it up to the center of your bracelet. And then we're gonna add our first bead. I'm gonna put that down, add my first bead. Slide your bead into place, and then I'm gonna wrap around again 3 more times. And this bead's a little bit bigger than the other ones I've been using, so I may have to kind of hold it down a little bit more. There's my first wrap. Here's my second wrap. My third. And then you'll come up to that 4th wrap, and that's when you're going to direct your wire up your bracelet again. And now we're gonna pick up our next set of beads. Oh, I forgot the little orange one on that one, so I'm gonna use that now. So we've got the orange, and then this little purple square bead. So that's our next set of beads. I'll hold that in place and just wrap. Again, trying to get it as tight as you can to that other wrap. Makes it nice and neat looking. And then you're gonna direct it back up around your bracelet. So you're headed straight again. I'm just gonna use my nylon jaw pliers one more time. Straighten that out. And that's what we've got so far. You can even scoot some of these a little closer as you're working. Melanie says, that is looking great, Kristen. Thank you, Melanie. All right, so next I want to use, I'm actually afraid that I'm getting a little too close to my center. These beads are a little bit bigger, so that's what I want there in the center. So I really just want a small bead here. Maybe I'll just wrap this little purple one by itself. Or maybe I'll put the purple on the 2 sides. Let's see. I think I'll just wrap the purple one by itself. and then see where we're at. One, two. Hi, Karen. Welcome. First time joining. Good to see you. Yeah, the cuff is getting there. So each time we're just wrapping 3 times around, and then we're taking that 4th one up towards the center. And so I intended to do this in the center. Let's see how that looks. This one, these might be too big. Okay, so once you get wrapping, you can really see that those beads are just way too big for what that little area that so I'm gonna take these off. And I think instead, we've got this guy here, which I think will look really pretty in the center. And let's find something small on either side. I kind of like these little metal beads. Let's see how that looks. This is when you have to just sort of make adjustments on the fly, depending on what you've got going on in your stash. That looks like it works really well. Do you feel like they're a little too dark with everything else going on? I think that size is good. Let me see what else we have to play with. So something similar in size. I could do these little red rondelles. I could do the little orange ones. I could do these sparkly purples again, because I have some more of those sparkly purples. And then I have that option. Lydia says the purple. I do really like these sparkly purples, and being that we've used already a one, pretty fun. But we haven't brought in too much red yet, if we want to bring that color in. Or we can bring in the orange again. 2 for purple. All right. Let's go for sparkly purple. Melanie says red. Yeah, I do like the red too. I think the red could be really nice also. Let's see. Let's put red on one side and purple on the other. So that would be the red. And then this would be the purple. Do you think the red is better because we had a purple here? I've got red, red, red with the orange, red. Okay, so let's go with the red. So we'll take off that sparkly purple and we'll put on a red one. Awesome. So now that we've got that figured out, we've got our focal set here. I'm just going to hold those beads in place and go back to wrapping 3 wraps again. You can even kind of fiddle with this center one a little bit. Let me grab a chain nose plier and just direct that wire a little more in the center so it's not being pulled off to the side. And then do my first wrap, second, third, and then my fourth one directs to the center. So I cut a little too much wire. I had a feeling I had too much to play with today. All right, next is purple, sparkly. So now we're just going back and matching up what we did on this side here. Can you use this technique on bangles? I have a small wrist to try to take up space. Yeah, I totally think you can. You're gonna have to find a place to like end it on a bangle. But I think if you just do a little swirly on each side, you should be fine. I don't see why not. Better to have too much than not enough. Yes, that was my thinking too, Lydia. I'm just gonna squish this up a little closer. So I'm just sort of looking on each side to make sure I keep my spacing similar. And I did orange and then the purple square here, and you're gonna do the opposite on this side so that it lays the same. Melanie is asking where you get the cuffs from. The cuffs are from a company called Impress Art. And that is where I got the cuff blank pieces as well as the bracelet bending tool and the bracelet bending pliers. I showed all of those in the beginning of the video, but you can go to impressart.com. I also have seen them in my local hobby store by Impress Art, so you can check there too. Oh. You just want to hold that down while you turn and do your next 3 loops. And then you can use your chain nose pliers if you need to at any point to squish them together. You're welcome, Melanie. All right, so I think we just have one more left. Lydia says, Hobby Lobby carries a big supply of Impress Art, and so does Michael's. Yeah, I think I saw that at one of those stores. So we've got our last bead on here. Just gonna hold it in place, do my final wrap. Oh, see, look, I had so much wire in the beginning and now I'm really low on it. So I would stick with that idea of doing 3 times your bracelet size. I'm pretty close because I was gonna cut it right here. If my wire went longer, I was gonna cut it off right where it met the bracelet end. So we're pretty close. And what I'm gonna do here is just create another spiral. So I'm just gonna grab the end of my craft wire with my round nose pliers, and I'm just using the base of the bracelet cuff as a guide, kind of pushing against it so it stays flat. And I have not had a ton of practice of making spirals, so you guys might be way better at it than I am at this point. So I would have liked one more wrap there, but I was getting low on wire, so I just decided to do 2 wraps. And there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. Super duper fun. And I'm gonna see if I can get this actually here. So I see this little wire, this little bead bumping up. So I'm just gonna grab my chain nose pliers and push that wire down on that side, and it'll hold, there we go. And that holds my focal in place. Super fun. This was with the Tucson Sunset Bead Mix today, and the craft wire in 22 gauge bare copper. And then this one was done with the Shades of Coral bead mix and the Pacific Blue 22 gauge craft wire. And this one was the Blueberry Pie mix with the 22 gauge blue wire. So it's like a dark blue. And from Impress Art, you can get all these different color bangles. We've got aluminum, brass, and copper. And then you can also see here the copper, this is just how it comes, this shiny copper on that side, and on these two, I did texturize them first. So you'd have to have like a little texturizing stamping kit if you wanted to get the texture underneath there. But super quick, fun, colorful accessory. I'm gonna turn you guys up. I am all sweaty. Woo! I turned off the AC before our video just so it wouldn't have all that background noise. And boy, it is warm here in Arizona. So yeah, so I am glad you guys enjoyed it today. I think it's, I'm gonna put it on actually. I think it's really a lot of fun. Great way to use up bead mixes, great way to use up bead soups that you have around where you just have a whole bunch of random beads. It's really cool. Yeah, it is too hot for that. I mean, I didn't turn it off entirely. I just bumped it up a few degrees. So it'll probably kick on. I feel like it'll kick on in a minute. All right, so just a reminder, we've got our Stock Up and Save sale going on at softflexcompany.com. You get 10% off your order over 50, 15% off your order over 75, and 20% off your order over 100. Plus, if you're in the United States, you'll get the option of free shipping anything out over $50. And that deal goes on until tomorrow, August 6th, 2019, at midnight Pacific time. So you have until then to shop and get that deal. Few upcoming videos. We've got me again over on the Softflex Company Facebook page on Wednesday. I'm going to be doing just a light demonstration over there. Yeah, Melanie, I'm so glad you caught me live. You're very welcome. And like I said, I did all the bracelet stuff in the beginning for the cuff, so you can replay that to catch how that was done. So I'll be doing a live demonstration over on the Softflex Company Facebook page at 1 p.m. Pacific time this Wednesday, August 7th. And then we have on August 8th, we have a new Conversations in Wire with James Browning video premiere at 2 p.m. So he will be there here on YouTube at 2 p.m. to chat with you guys while the video premieres. And those are the 2 videos we've got coming up this week. If you're not a member of the Softflex VIB Facebook group, come on over and join the community over there. We've got a wonderful group of creative people beading, making all sorts of fun jewelry. And if you did buy one of our Tucson Sunset design kits, you have until August 20th to post your Tucson Sunset designs to be entered into the giveaway for a future kit. If you want to be involved in our next challenge, we've got unicorn sparkles on sale right now for the month of August. We're about 50% sold out. So go ahead and grab that kit if you want to be involved in the challenge for next month. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give me some thumbs up and some likes. And if you're new here, please subscribe to our page. This way we can bring you more quality jewelry making content, and that also ensures that you don't miss any of our videos. We've got a wonderful blog over at softflexcompany.com. You could see our latest posts right on the homepage. Just scroll down, you'll see like the top, I think it's the latest 4 posts that we've put up. And then you can always go to the School of Design section and click on Beading blog to see all of our articles that we have there. And lastly, if you're not on our email list, go on and sign up. You can do that right from the homepage all the way down at the bottom. We send out weekly sale reminders, new products, and beading inspiration throughout the week there. So you can sign up and you'll never miss any of our stuff going on. All right, thank you guys so much for being here today. It was wonderful to share this technique with you. I'm glad you guys were so excited to learn about it. And I look forward to seeing you guys back here again next Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific time for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. Have a great week. Bye, Lydia. You're welcome. Bye, Sheesh. You're welcome. See you guys online over in the group, and talk to you here next Monday. Bye, Thomas. Bye, Melanie. Oh, Lee says, thank you for making beading so easy. I'm so happy to share, and I hope that you do find the projects just as easy to make on your own as they look here on the video. And sometimes we have mistakes. That's quite all right. We run out of a little bit of wire. We make do, and it's still, nobody knows, right? Nobody knows, no one's the wiser. Bye, Pamela. All right, see you guys later.